Hey friends, back with another video, and this is what I'm here to show off. I did a stack of mail order, and this is just gonna be a show and tell video. Like people do haul videos, right? This is a haul video. And normally I'm one who loves to find things in the wild. I love to, have that connection with the story of, I found this at this shop. I got this from this thing. Sometimes you don't have the luxury and you just have to order while you can, while it's there. So let me tell you about what I got. First up, I got this small, tiny little edition put out by Atelier Editions for Listen Gallery, wherever that is. And it's just like a very nice collection of Dom Sylvestre Huidard, some of his beautiful work. Maybe I'll just like superimpose some of the stuff you'll see here. If you aren't familiar with Dom Sylvestre Huidard, one of my favorite concrete poets. He was a Benedictine monk who did all these incredible pieces of concrete poetry, typewriter art in his off time, and just made incredible work with the means he had. And just so having to get this edition, it's somewhat largely color, and it has all these, the reason I went for it was to get all these just more images of his incredible typestracts. I wouldn't necessarily say he was an influence on my work, but kind of like an anticipatory influence. Recognizing things like techniques that I discovered that he had already done, and just incredible work that I love to see. Any extra Huidard things that I can find. So this just came out, I'm sure it's still gettable, but why there isn't a collection of his work is like, give me a book of his typestracts. Why is that not? If I had the means, I would do it. But this is a lovely edition to have. In any case, a couple funny ones. I got this collection of Bucky O'Hare comics. It's just black and white things, but for those of us who are, NES collectors, Bucky O'Hare is one of the best NES games ever made. Well worth tracking down. Even if you love retro games, it's awesome. Something that was produced in the wake of Ninja Turtles, right? Anthropomorphic animals who fight. And Bucky O'Hare is one of them. I've actually read this in the meantime, and it is pretty hard to, it doesn't really hold up from my childhood recollection, but, long at a print. Was very excited just like to get a copy to satisfy just that piece of nostalgia brain, but just a cool artifact nevertheless. This is one that I've been excited to pick up, and I haven't been able to, just because it's small press. I don't know, University of West Alabama. A copy of If by Nicholas Bourbaki. A copy of If by Nicholas Bourbaki. What makes it so unique is this is a choose your own adventure book, but a literary one, written in second person. So I've been toying with that as well in my work, so I have been very compelled to find this one. So a review will come forthwith at some point, but modern new novel written in second person, literate, choose your own adventure. Effectively, sounds cool. I don't know if this super belongs on the book channel, because I'm not really a comic reviewer, but I finally got copies of this short-lived series, Sonic Disruptors. It was supposed to be a 12-issue series, and they only ever published 7. And I'd read this first issue as a kid, way back when, and I've always wanted it. It's kind of famous for the writer Mike Baron. I think he called it a dud, and it never got, either from poor sales or disinterest. They never actually finished the series whatsoever. But thematically, there's some very, stuff of note in here. Basically, it's about a pirate radio station on a space station that pumps rock and roll into a dystopic United States. I don't know. That's exactly the kind of dystopia I want to read, where like the power of rock and roll can overcome. Could be terrible. Something I've wanted for a long time. Oh, this out of print thing from the Oulipo Laboratory Texts. This is just one of those another beautiful editions from Atlas Press, who publish a lot of cool things in English, from like surrealist, Oulipian, Dadaist text. One of the few ways that you can get these things in English. So this one has been long out of print as far as I know, and I got it for pretty cheap. So, oh, there's even a Powell sticker for $50 on here. So yeah, I think it's somewhat collectible. Stuff from Calvino and Perec and Roubaud and Matthews and all the hits. So just, smaller collection of text which I don't have. It might be, a lot of these might be in the Penguin Oulipo book, like the really nice new one that came out pretty recently. I'm sure I could do a comparison of some sort, but I've wanted to get this Atlas edition for some time, and one came up. Faithful Rustlin by Vladimov. I might have missed some news, but I've been having a hard time finding these beautiful Neversink editions from Melville House Press. Comparable to NYRB in a sense that they republish lost classics, things that were hidden gems from the past, and they put them in. So in this series in particular, if you ever find these like incredible like silhouettes of things, I've maybe got a dozen or so, and they're very fantastic. They're very cool ways of finding lost gems in print, at least in English. So maybe I've missed something about Melville House, if they've stopped doing the series, or I really hope not, or maybe if just certain things go out of print, you can't order them. So this was one that I just could not track down, and basically with my fascination of talking dogs, this was one that I needed to put in the collection and get to it soon. So if ever you find like these editions of Melville House, highly recommended. There's always a gem to find in this series that I trust as a curatorial entity pretty well. So and this is one that I've been most excited about. The Book of Fantasy, edited by Borges, Ocampo, and Casares. This is, so the story goes, that there's an evening where Borges, Ocampo, and Bioy Casares were all just hanging out and discussing their favorite stories, like books of things that would be counted as fantasy, right? Things that would be, and their definition was wide. Things that are like sci-fi, or just things that are, small aphorisms about like moments of wonder. This has been out of print for a long while. Sort of expensive, sort of hard to find. And so another one of these came up, so I had to buy it. I'm excited about this one. So there you go. There is a little stack of book show and tell. Just a quick video for everybody. Not that I have like a lack of want for books to read, but you can't help it. That's what the hunt is about. I had to track these ones down. These were on the list. They came up for a relatively okay price, and so I went for it. I will let you know how it goes. Thanks for watching the channel. Read more books. Tell me about cool books. If you've mail ordered anything cool, tell me about it. I'm interested. Farewell.